Laid out before you is all of the great finds that I picked up at the 2025 Huntsville Hamfest. Let's get into it this time on Ham Radio Tube. So first off, Huntsville Hamfest, they say, is the friendliest Hamfest, and boy are they right, because before I went, I showed this water bottle, and I said, if you have a sticker, grab my water bottle and put your sticker on it, and boy, did I get filled up with stickers. That's awesome. I put a couple of these on here, like this Montesano State Park one, but most all of these stickers were put on by friends, new and old, and that is freaking awesome. I've got a couple more that won't fit. There's one from Dan. I think he's got one on there. We got Amateur Radio Newsline. I picked up a Digirig sticker. Hillbilly Hams gave me a few stickers. So really, really cool. Everybody's got stickers, and you know, we're old men and we're exchanging stickers. It's actually kind of fun. So that is number one there. Next, my good friend Josh, you guys might know him. He's got a small YouTube channel called Ham Radio Crash Course. He was at DEF CON, and they had some kind of printer thing there to print your amateur radio license. So he just walked up behind me at the what the heck's it called, the cookout on Friday, and gave me this. So cool little wallet card with your license on it. So thank you, Josh. I love it. Now we got this big thing right here. This is not for me. My friend Ryan, KF8IV, texted me before I left, and he's like, hey, I want a D-Star repeater, because he just moved and he's out in the middle of nowhere in hill country in Texas, and there's no D-Star coverage out there. So he wanted to see if I could find him a D-Star repeater. I did. It's fantastic. We got a great deal on it, and we got the repeater. It came with the power cord, and it also came with this book of documentation and stuff, and manual and all that stuff. And it also came with this duplexer here from Bridgecom. And I had Ray Novak check all this stuff out. He said it looked good. So now my friend Ryan has a D-Star repeater as soon as he comes and picks it up. So that's freaking awesome. There was literally one D-Star repeater there, and I found it, and we have it. So that's awesome. Oh, and it also came with this. This is some type of cellular thing for the D-Star repeater. So I don't think Ryan's gonna need this. He might, depending on where he actually ends up putting his D-Star repeater, but basically this allows cellular connection. So say your repeater's up on top of a mountain and you need to get into it somehow, you can get into it over a cellular connection. No clue anything about it, but that also came with the D-Star repeater. Next, as I was walking through Gigaparts the day of the show, I stopped to talk to Dennis at Digirig, and he gave me this. This is a really cool little cable. Kind of specific for a certain radio, but if you have this radio, you might want to pick this up. This is made for the QMX radio or the QDX, any of those types of radios. And he made, basically, you got your coaxial input for the radio, and he put a USB-C on here that basically forces 12 volts from what I understand, or it's just a 12 volt USB-C. So you just plug it into something like a USB-C power brick like this, and then you plug this into your radio, and you are now powering your radio over USB-C. And I like how it's just really short. It's probably 6 inches total length. Packs down real small, so you can fit it in your little portable bag with your QMX. And I thought that was really awesome. So if you want to pick one of these up, go to Digirig and order one. Now this next item, feel free to shame me in the comments, because I may have left the house and did not pack a flashlight, which I'm very embarrassed of, because I own about 30 million flashlights. Had one in my hands. I'm like, no, I already have a flashlight. Nay, I didn't. I actually did, because I have the Olight iMini 2 little keychain lights on all my bags, so I did have that, but I didn't have a real flashlight. So next to Digirig was the Nightcore display. So I picked up this Nightcore whatever the heck this is, flashlight, and was able to have a flashlight for the last 2 days that I was there. And honestly, I'm not very impressed with it. I've never used Nitecore before. I have a lot of Olights. In fact, my Olight Warrior Mini 2, I think it's called, which is my everyday carry. This is, well, everyday carry except for when I forget it. This is my main flashlight. And I love it. It's awesome. It is indestructible. So I'm like, hey, this Nitecore is similar in size and feel and weight, but this one charges with USB-C. So I was like, awesome, you don't have to use Olight's stupid proprietary charger. I can just use a USB-C, which is great. But it has some downsides. Number one, the Olight, I can just stand up, okay? This one, no bueno. Can't do that because it's got the little button on the bottom and it looks like it has the tabs to stand up, but it doesn't. It's got plenty of adjustable settings and even turbo, but the problem with this light and a lot of LED lights that I have, it gets hot, especially when it's on turbo. That's no bueno. The Olight doesn't even get warm. It's just really, really good at heat dissipation. So Nitecore, yeah, I don't think I like this. It was 50 bucks, so not a big deal. I mean, it's good just every day around the house kind of light, but certainly not going to be taking the place of my Olight. So kind of disappointed in this purchase, but it's another flashlight, so what do you do? Tuesday before the show, I had a meeting at Gigaparts with the owner and another worker named Jeff, and we were discussing an idea for a portable ham radio bag for the FTX1F and the 705. And Robbie started talking about this Rothamel's antenna book and how great it is and how much it just absolutely destroys the ARRL's antenna book. And boy, are they right. I have not read very much of this. I've read a few pages of it, but literally thousands, well, not thousands, but about 1,500 pages of information in here, all about antennas. Everything you could ever possibly know about antennas is in this book, and it costs 59 euro, so whatever that is in freedom money, but that's awesome. This was a gift from Robbie, so I didn't pay for this, but good God, if you want to know more than you ever thought you wanted to know about antennas, antenna theory, you name it, it is in this book, the Rothamel's antenna book. Go check it out at Gigaparts. And speaking of Gigaparts, Thursday at Gigaparts, we had the 4 days in August that was put on by Steve KM9G and Jim Whiskey Tango 1 Whiskey. And they had a little aisle of blowout things. And would you believe this right here was in that aisle? And yes, I have a Rig Expert Stick Pro, but no, I do not have a Rig Expert, like a full-size Rig Expert. So they had this AA55 Zoom. They had a couple of these. They actually had about 7 or 8 different Rig Experts, probably more than that, all the way up to like the really expensive, like $1,000 ones. They're all like open box or return, but this one's still got the sticker. No box, no nothing. This is how I bought it. And they had it marked down to a little under 200 bucks. And I was able to talk them down to $150 for this analyzer. And it even has batteries in it. You gotta love that. So, huge Rig Expert fan. I've been playing with this a little bit since I got home, getting familiar with it. And I might actually like this more than my Stick Pro. Don't quote me on that, but hell of a find and heck of a deal. So I now am the proud owner of a Rig Expert AA55 Zoom. Kind of wanted the VHF UHF, but at the same time, how often am I tuning a VHF UHF antenna? I have 2 other antenna analyzers that'll do that. I'm an HF guy, so going up to 55 megs, plenty fine for me. Love this analyzer on clearance or discount, whatever, at Gigaparts. The day of the show, I was walking around and I was stopped by Chuck at ABR Industries, and he was talking about, I've actually known about this for a few weeks now, but they have developed a new, this is RG174, which generally I am not a fan of because it's extremely lossy. But he says they've figured out a way to make RG174 almost as efficient as RG316. So he gave me a couple runs, and these are both 35-foot runs. They have the chokes on there. You can pick these up at ABR Industries. Use code K8MRD10. You can save up to 20% on your order. But this one has just BNCs on there, and then this one has the FMEs. So you can change out your connector to BNC, N connector, SMA, PL259, SO239, whatever, so you can make it whatever the heck you want. So you could have one cable and then different just FME adapters and do whatever the heck you want, because how many adapters do you have in your go bag? I know I have a lot, so one cable could solve it all. So definitely keep them in short runs for HF, because it is still, you know, even RG316 is fairly lossy, but in short runs, it's fantastic. The compromise is the size and the weight and the portability of it. You know, when you're out portable, you're hiking through the woods, whatever, you need to keep your pack as light as possible while still having some bit of an efficient coaxial cable. So we picked up some of those, and we'll be using these very soon. I plan on heading down to ABR so we can take a look at this on their coaxial cable tester machine and kind of see the difference and show you guys. But really, really cool. If I never had to use RG316 again, I would be so happy, because this stuff is so flexible. It doesn't have a memory. RG316's sole purpose in life is to coil and kink, but I use it because it's more efficient than RG174. So hopefully this solves that problem. Next, as I do every Hamfest, I stop by the Wireman and I buy their nice, high quality adapters. I bought so many of these this year at Hamcation, at Dayton, and now I bought 4 more because I don't know where they keep going. They're in all my go bags, and then when I'm at home and I need them, they're not where they're supposed to be. So just look at how nice and shiny they are. Unfortunately, they didn't have, I needed a couple PL259 to BNC females, and they were out of them. So I had to go to Tower Electronics, and I picked up these, and I'm not saying anything bad against Tower Electronics, but just look at the quality difference there. These were $3, these were $10. If Wireman had these, I would have happily paid $10, because they are such high quality adapters. So these are just gonna stay at home. I do have some good quality Wireman ones in my FT-X1F bag, but I just needed some of these, and they were there, and they're $3, and I felt dirty buying these, but who knows, maybe they'll turn out to be okay. Maybe they'll even fit. I should have tested this. There we are, okay. So they do work, but yeah, $3 versus $10, you get what you pay for. Then as I was walking around the festival, I was actually sitting down chatting with some folks, and a young man came up to me and said, "Hey, I have something I want to give you." And it was this. I'm like, it's a dog tag, but it doesn't have my name on it. It's his name, Brantley Signs. So this is his business card. And this isn't what's important. This is. It's one of those old like World War I can openers. How cool is that? So I'm gonna keep this in I have a first aid kit on my Gigaparts Explorer bag that I keep my 7300 in. So I'm gonna put this in my first aid kit. Like, you never know. You know, zombie apocalypse, you gotta bug out, you find some cat food that you need to open and eat because there's no real food. Or maybe I need to feed my cat. I have a little portable can opener, so that is so cool. Really like that. Then I stopped by and talked to Jim from Lido Radio, and he has this right here. Now you're probably asking yourself, what, pray tell, is that? So Jim felt bad for me, because I struggled to find a way to mount my FTX-1F when I made that mobile video in my car. So Lido Radio has made this little guy. And this is a 1/4 so this can screw in either in the back of the radio or on the bottom of the radio. And then this fits into, I have the Lido L-Max, I think it's called, the thing in my car that holds my radios. So there's a clamp on it, and this just fits in there. So now you can mount your FTX 1F. This is only one of 2 that exist in the world right now, but he's planning on making these available hopefully soon. So we have a mounting solution from Lido Radio to mount our Yaesu FTX 1F, or if you have the Optima, whatever, and it even came with a little wrench there. So thank you, Jim. I love it. My buddy Dave, KB5UTY, bought some mystery boxes from Gigaparts, and inside some of those mystery boxes were these simple tote bags. I love these things just for, you know, traveling and camping. I use a lot of these, and it's kind of like you can never have enough of these. So just a little tote bag with Gigaparts on it. That's all. Nothing special, but you know, these things don't last forever. They wear out. So now I have a new one. Thanks, Dave. And then lastly, my friend Joe Brett, K5YVY, we're at a restaurant, and he busts this out. And I'm like, what the heck is that? This is freaking awesome, and this is also going to live inside my Gigaparts Explorer bag, directly underneath my 7300. And what this is a shade for your computer. I don't know how it sets up. There's Velcro on it, so it kind of goes like that. So it makes a little shade box for your computer screen when you're out portable. Oh, there, I see. Okay, there's little tabs there. I was wondering how that Velcro worked. So ideally, your computer is going to be under here, and this is going to block the sun. And boy, have I needed something like this whilst out portable, because, you know, the sun be sunning on my computer, and I can't see the screen very well. So I don't know how that folds up, but it's just a little thing. I don't know where he got it. He said he got it at some like blowout clearance place. But yeah, thank you, Joe Brett. And even little Satan got something. This is the Gigaparts plastic bag, and my cat is obsessed with plastic bags. He likes to chew on them, and sometimes he'll get inside of them and play, but probably not while on camera. He's a little camera shy. So yeah, even little Satan got something. So that's what we got at Huntsville Hamfest 2025. Hope you enjoyed this tour. And my name is Mike, K8MRD. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Tube. We'll see you next time, 73.